Hey everyone, my name is Martin Williams. Thank you for tuning in to the 95 Media Tutorials channel. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel to get great content, some tutorials, and all that good stuff. I'm actually going to be adding a lot more content moving forward. But today I wanted to do a short video, relatively short video on, why do I still need a website? I know a lot of people ask this question. And it's a valid question, especially with the advent of social media and the popularity of social media. We're at a point where, social media traffic has really exploded over the last couple of years. And a lot of people are, rightfully asking, well, why do I need a website at this point if so much of my traffic is going to come from social media? To be clear, and I'm going to reiterate this a lot in this short video, you need both. You need a website and you need social media. Both are important. But what I would suggest is if you had to choose between one or the other, I would choose a website because that's what people are going to look for first. If you can do both, please do both. And really, there's no reason why you can't do both. Social media, by and large, is free. You need time to maintain it and manage it. But, website will take a little bit more of a financial investment. To me, it's worth the investment. It's worth the money because, and I'll get into the reasons why, it's expected of you. It's expected. In 2018, it's expected for a business to have a website. If you don't have a website, you're truly behind. And the one thing you don't want to be in any economy, especially one that is flourishing the way that this one is right now, you don't want to be behind. You want to be in the forefront, or at least you want to be keeping up the pace. Okay, sorry about that. So, you want to be keeping up the pace. You don't want to be, bringing up the rear in any economy, especially this one, where, a lot of people are doing well right now. And so, it's very important that you get this thing squared away. You've got to have a website. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But I'm going to explain to you at least 7 reasons why you should have a website. So, number one, the first reason why you should have a website is very simple. People are looking for it, okay? Your customers are looking for a website. They're looking for you to be online, okay? 81% of customers search for you on the web before they make a phone call, before they show up to your place of business, before they spend $1 with you. They're going to research who you are. They're going to research what you offer. And, if you have any testimonials, you'll definitely want to put those on a website. But if you don't have a website, you got nowhere to put them. So the first things first is if you don't have a website, you need to get one. Okay? So I wanted to use an example here. Let's say that I'm not someone that gets his nails done. Not that there's anything wrong with that. If you're a man, you get your nails done. More power to you. But let's say I wanted to, maybe buy a nail package for my girlfriend, and so I'm looking for a nail salon in Bryn Mawr, right? So I'm trying to find a place. I don't really know too many places in Bryn Mawr that do nails, okay? Because I don't get my nails done. So I wouldn't. The only place I would know to look is Google, right? So I see a couple places here in this box. I see Elise Spa Nails. I see Sophia. I see Bryn Mawr Nail Salon. So, you know, this Sophia place looks like it has some pretty good reviews. This Elise place looks like it has some too. But what stands out here? Out of the first three, only one has a website. Okay, so if I'm behaving like the average internet searcher, I'm going to click on the one that has a website first. I'm just going to do that. All right, so I go to Elise, and I'm looking on their site here. And this is a very nice design. The designer did a really good job. And I see they have multiple locations. That's good, right? So there's Horsham, Exton, North Wales. They're kind of all over the place. And it looks like they're actually a combination of two different spas, or, they're branded under two different names. So they have an explanation here of what they do. They do manicures, they do facials, they do pedicures, they do waxing, and they do spa packages. And they have a learn more page. So I go in here, and then I see more information. Now, it looks like this information is the same as the original page, which is okay. I wouldn't have done that, but that's how they did it. Yeah. It looks like they basically copied over the information onto this services page, which is fine. So as I scroll down, I see a price guide. Now, when customers are searching for you, they're going to look for your location. They're going to look for what you offer. And in that top three, they're going to look for how much you're charging. So if you don't have prices on your website, any kind of price guidance, unless you're selling a high-end item, whereas, that might not be the best practice, but unless you're selling something high-end, you need to have some sort of price guidance on your site, because customers are going to look for it. They're going to expect to see it, so they can make a decision whether to move forward in the buying process. So this is really good. They have all their prices listed out here. I know exactly what I'm going to end up spending if I get this for my girlfriend. I see all the manicure, the pedicure, all that stuff is there. Okay, it's a good job, right? The design, will it win awards? Not necessarily, but all the information is there. I don't have to call to find out because it's all here. All right, now, based off of that information, I'm probably going to give these people a call if I'm if I'm really looking to buy any sort of package for my girlfriend or whoever, right? I'm going to move forward with these people because they had all the information that I needed right there. Okay? So that's why it's so important that you are cognizant of the fact that people are going to look for a website. They want to see a website. They just do. Okay? And you know what's sad? Is that probably it's a very good chance that these other nail salons are just as good. They're probably it's probably a good chance that these spas, these nail salons, are just as good as the one that we looked at. Okay, this is the one we looked at here. But if you see like these top three, they are as highly rated, if not more highly rated than the one that we looked at. But these people had a website, and these three didn't. Okay, so what these three salons have to rely on, they have to rely on word of mouth. Or, if they don't get good word of mouth or good foot traffic, it's going to be very difficult for them to generate business because, there's just a lot that they don't know. They don't know, a lot of people don't know anything about their business. The website would have filled in a lot of the blanks, but they don't have one. So it's very important that you have a website. Now, number 2 is message control. Message control. Excuse me. And you remember, this is in 2018. So you remember that, Starbucks had this really bad PR incident with the 2 men getting arrested because they wouldn't buy anything. This, really ridiculous. And, they had to clean it up, and, it was like a bad PR storm for about a week, 2 weeks. And then the men ended up settling, and people have more or less forgotten about it. But one of the reasons that it didn't really sink Starbucks is because they got out in front of it. And one of the ways that they got out in front of it was they put a response on their website. Okay? And in doing so, they got out in front of it and really were proactive to the point that it didn't really damage them as much as it could have. Because, anytime you're dealing with like racist, racial, sexist sorts of incidents, those things can really sink a company. I remember Denny's had an issue where some African American customers were treated unjustly, and it wore on them for years. It took years for Denny's to really move on from that. So I've seen it really damage a company and damage their brand. So it's important that as a business owner, an entrepreneur, you have to have a place where you can tell your side of the story. You have to have a place where you can tell your message. You can control the message. You can't control the message on social media because, and I'll explain it a little bit later in more detail, but social media is like an apartment building, right? And in an apartment building, there's other tenants. And, when there's other tenants, there's all kinds of different messages going on, right? And there's all different kinds of things going on. You have one tenant who's into cats, another tenant that's into salsa music, another tenant that's into Star Wars movies. Everyone's into their own thing underneath that umbrella of the apartment building. But in your home, it's you. And you control the message in your home, right? When you live in an apartment building, you do what the landlord tells you to do, right? You do what the property management company tells you to do. In your home, you do what you want to do. You control the message. You control what goes on in that house. And I understand that, when you rent, it's the same thing, but at the end of the day, you're still under the rule of the landlord. If the landlord doesn't want you to do something, you either abide by what the landlord says or you find somewhere else to live. That's kind of how it works. And in the same way, the website, having a website, you control the message, right? So Starbucks did a great job here. They put out the message that they wanted to put out. And the message was, this is not who we are. This is not the culture that we want to propagate. This is not how we want to treat our customers. And ultimately, they were able to, move on from this. And they were able to, regain the trust of their customers and, really reposition themselves as a place where everyone is welcome. So it's important as a business owner, You have to have a place where you can control your message. You can't control your message on Yelp. You can't control your message on Facebook. Okay, because as soon as you post something on Facebook, as soon as you post something on Instagram, you know, people can come in and comment. And people can post their own issues and they can post their own opinions on those websites because you don't 100% own it. Your website, you 100% own it. So it's important that you have a place where you can control your message. So the third reason why you still need a website is that virtually all your competitors have one. Okay? Let's say I wanted to open up a pizza shop in the place I live, right? I want to open up a pizza shop here. So when I look up pizza shops, look at all these places that have websites, right? You have Bigga Pizza and Beer. You have Crust Brick Oven. You got Lavecchio's. I think that's how you say it. You have Pizzarella Grill. You have Pizzi's, Pizza and Beer. And then you have Snap, which, you know, I like to go to sometimes. Look at all these places that have websites, right? So, and then we move on. There's more places: Conestoga, Sun Valley Pizza, Pizza. Okay, I mean this Pizzi's Pizza and Beer. Their SEO person is really on point because they're showing up all over the place. You have Sasano at Garrett Hill. Are you starting to get a Galiftes? I didn't know they serve pizza. Wow. My point is, look at all these places that have websites, right? So if a person is looking for a pizza in my town, I better have a website. Because if I don't, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Zestos, 6. Okay. Moving on. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. At least 11 different pizza places in that town. And I don't live in a big town. Okay. Imagine someplace like New York, or Chicago, or LA, or Dallas, or Houston, or Atlanta, or Miami. Not having a website, I mean, you are hurting yourself and you're hurting your business. Okay? A lot of people feel like, oh, you know, a website's too expensive. It's really not these days. You know? Now, if you work with somebody like me, you know, I can get you out of the door for $1,000 with a website that's, you know, mobile, responsive, and, you know, something that you'll be proud of. But if you don't have $1,000, you can do Squarespace. You can do Wix. You can do WordPress. There's so many different options now for business owners. There's really no excuse. It's really no excuse at all to not have a website. You have to have it. You have to have it. There's no option. If you want to succeed in business, you know, in 2018 and beyond, you got to have a website. Because all your all your competitors have one. They all have one. If I open a pizza place, if I spend the money to get a place, to open up a pizza place and not have a website, you know, I'm basically begging to be out of business. I'm begging for it. You know, it's just, it's a foolish thing to do. So, you know, you really want to get on that. You really want to be proactive and get a website, get something up where people can find you. Okay. Now, number 4 here is much more likely to show up in a Google search and rank higher in a Google search. So I'm going to use two examples for this one. The first one is going to be Chinese food in Ardmore, which is not too far from where I live. Now, I want to show you here in this box here, these first three restaurants, all of these have websites. Okay? So you can see right here, the first three all have websites. When I do a location-based one, now I do realize when I search for nail salons, some of those that ranked higher didn't have websites, but generally speaking, businesses that have websites are going to rank higher, because it gives more validity to the business. And also, when you have an active website, it's a sign that the business is actually open for business. So it's important that not only do you have a website, but keep it updated, keep the content fresh. Okay? So, you see here all of these different restaurants, and you see how like they have some restaurants here that go through like a menu pages type of place. Now this is fine. This is okay, and I've actually eaten here before, and the food was good. But this goes back to controlling the messaging, right? And I'm going to show you why that's important. Because you may say, well, I don't need a website because my customers have been leaving reviews on Yelp, and the reviews have been pretty good until you run up on one that isn't. Like this one, right? So you have, this person, and this is recent, I'm talking March 29th, so this wasn't too long ago. Search continues, overpriced and skimpy portions. $6.95 for coconut shrimp, which to me, and said that it contained a lousy 4 little shrimp. So disappointed. So, and look at it. Look at here. You get a vote for useful. So here's 2 people that probably aren't going to eat here again, right? And this is kind of rough. But again, when you don't have a website, you don't control the messaging, right? Now, because this is an open, this is like a social media. Yelp is like a social media site for reviews. It's rough because some reviews are going to be good, some aren't. And, is that really what you want customers to see that haven't tried you yet? So here's another bad review, or not so great review. It's not bad, but not so great review. I was eager to try Golden China, as there aren't many affordable Chinese takeout places in the area. We ordered wonton soup, an egg roll, sesame chicken combo, mixed vegetables and chicken. The wonton soup was pretty standard, as was the egg roll. Sesame chicken was good, definitely a generous portion. I found the pork fried rice to be very bland. Chicken mixed veggies were okay. Sauce was bland. I wasn't impressed. I'll say it's just average. So again, they're getting, and then another one, this is like a 1-star. This guy just killed it. Killed them, actually. Hot and crispy. Sauce was bland. Now you're starting to see like a pattern. So, man, these people serve bland food. And really, like I said, I've been there. Food's actually pretty good. I actually like it. But again, if this is the only thing customers see, that's not good for your business. Like, you have to have a place that is all your own. Okay, a place where you control the message and you are telling people why they need to come to your place. So let's go to a place that's actually right down the block from the first place we looked at. And what do you see as soon as you get there? You see a great picture, great decor, right? They have a gallery there. You see people smiling. They're having fun. I mean, this place looks inviting. Like I'm interested in going now. I want to go. And then, you know, you have here, they talk about your story, how it's Eat in Hong Kong, how you can find the best cuisine in Hong Kong. So I guess what they're saying is that they have a chef that used to cook in Hong Kong. And he was awarded a 5-star medal from the National Council of Restaurants, inherited secrets. You know, they kind of, the copy's not cleaned up there. But again, you know, some grammar issues here. But you know, look at the messaging. Even with all of the grammatical errors and all of the spelling errors, look at how the messaging is different. Now you wanna, it's like you wanna go here. And then they have the gallery of the food. Remember, on that Yelp site, it was just all, you know, it was all just reviews, people's opinions. Okay, now we're seeing pictures. Okay, and this looks like some kind of salmon or something, or tuna. Okay, you got some tuna there. You got some kind of shrimp dish here, right? This is great. Like, overall they did a great job with the site. They probably could have, like, you know, cleaned up the grammar and all of that. But other than that, I mean, you know, this is good. Big pictures. You can really see the food. All right. And you'll probably be able to get more people to come to this place if they had to choose. Okay, the other place is a takeout place, right? This is standard, you know, Chinese takeout place. This is more of a sit-down place. I understand that, and you know, they have like a little bit of a different style. But if you're a Chinese food fan, just in general, I'm more liable to try this place than the last place because they have a website, and they have. Not only do they have a website, they're doing the right thing with the website. They have all the different, I apologize for looking down on my phone. They have all these different, you know, all the different types of food, the types of things that you can expect. I'm more likely to go here than I am to the other place, right? So that's how important it is for you to have a website available for your prospects, all right? Number 5, it's a place to direct customers and prospects for more guidance. Inevitably, people are going to have questions. People are going to want to know, how can I find out more information? You know, all of those different things. Let me hide my bookmark so I can keep folk out of my business here. Let's see. I don't know. I tried to do it and it wouldn't do it, so whatever. Anyway, people are going to always have questions for whatever reason. And so it's important that you have a website where you can direct people to it. So this is my website for 95media.com. So 95mediagroup.com, excuse me. So, you know, if you need any kind of web design, social media, consulting, web maintenance, copywriting, writing content, I'm your guy. Okay, check me out. So, people are going to always have questions. So, if people are, let's say, they want to know how much my web maintenance packages cost. Okay, that's easy. Go to my web maintenance page. There you go. All right. You got a $50 a month package, $100 a month package, $200 a month package. Okay, real simple. So, there's another thing, people say, well, I heard you do social media. How much do you charge for that? Again, it's real simple. Okay. Go to my social media page. I got your, free consult. You can sign up for a trial. Right? And then all the different platforms that I produce content for on social media. So you have Instagram, right? You have Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and then all the pricing plans. So, real simple. $200 a month for up to 2 networks, $350 for 3, $500 for 4. Real simple, okay? This way, if a person, is up all night, they're saying, oh man, I don't have any social media coverage. What am I going to do? Great. They can go right to my website. Everything's broken down for them. And that's how you have to be as a business owner. You have to have a place where people can go to your website. They have a place to go at any time of night. They can go, you're busy helping other customers, helping other clients. They can get all their questions answered here. And if they have any more information, there's my contact form right there. And then, I can get back to them at my leisure. But it's important that you have a place where your customers can go. If you don't have anywhere where they can go and ask questions or get their questions answered, okay, they're more likely going to move on to someone else. Because that's just consumer behavior. That's what customers do. They move on because everyone's pressed for time. We're all pressed for time. I'm pressed for time. You're pressed for time. We're all pressed for time. So it's important that you have answers at the ready. And if they have more information, if they're ready to take the next step in the buying process, contact forms right here for more information. Okay, a little shameless plug. I don't care. And it goes right back to what I just said. I just made this point, but it holds true. The web is open 24/7. The web is 24/7, 365, 366 and on leap years. Okay? It's open all the time. So it's really cool that anyone who has any questions, you can go right to any website. If you want to buy something from Amazon at 2 in the morning, Amazon's open. Okay? You can order things. I've ordered things in my bed, from my phone, at 12 at night, 1 in the morning, 5 in the morning, off hours. Because, that's just the nature of the world we live in. We live in a world that never closes. So, again, as a business owner and a future website owner, it's very important that you have a website and have something that people can go to. They can order. Someone can order this package right now. They can buy it now. They can order that package. They can order it at 12 at night. They can order it in the middle of the night. And I'll wake up, I'll see the PayPal. And, I'll get in contact with them and we just move forward. Excuse me. But that's the importance of having a website. Okay? And number 7 is your own address. It's your own address. It's very important. So let's see here. Kind of move me around a little bit. And what I like about the internet is that, you can have your own place on the internet, whereas on social media, you're sharing space with everybody. Now, social media has its own advantages and benefits, and there's nothing wrong with social media. I sell it, so I wouldn't be selling something I don't believe in. But at the same time, you need both. Okay, so I just want to scroll down here, and I want you to see. Look at how busy my timeline is. Okay, and everyone's timeline is like this. Everybody's timeline is like this. So, if you're, let's say I'm looking for Chinese food near me, it's the same thing, right? Again, look at all the different places that are available. There's so many different places. Like, how do you choose? Right? It's busy. And how do you decide? And as a consumer, you can kind of filter out a little bit, but at the end of the day, you're competing with all these different people if it's on social media. Now, what you want to do is that you want to meet this customer. You want to meet this customer before they hit social media, right? You want to meet them before then. So if you're marketing and you're saying, hey, go to my website. Once they go to your website, they're on the road to buying something from you. That they started the buying process. And then from there, you can kind of hold their hand through the buying process. But if they're just browsing, look at all the places they get to browse through. Okay? Not your average Joe's. I thought that was a Sloppy Joe place. I didn't know that was a Chinese restaurant. I really didn't. But look at all these different places that the customer can choose from, and why it's harder to necessarily get them to go to your site or to go to your place because of all the different options that they have. Again, the internet is having your own address on the busiest street in the world. Okay? There is no busier street than the internet. And the good thing is you can have your own address that's all dedicated to you and your business, and you can tell your story. You can show your products. You can show your services on social media. It's a free-for-all. You're in the largest apartment building in the world, and there's billions of people in that apartment building. You want to be able, by the time people go to that building, you want to be able to tell them exactly where they can find you and buy from you. Okay? But if they're going to the apartment building looking for a Chinese restaurant, depending on how hungry they are, they might stop at the first one that they find on there. So it's important that you meet them early in the buying process, and the way you meet them in this day and age is with a website. So if you have any more questions, contact me. You can email me at martinw@95mediagroup.com. You can go to my website or leave me a comment below this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was informational. Hope it helps. Get a website. I don't care. I don't care if your nephew builds it. I'd like to build it, but let someone build it. Get a website. It's 2018. Step it up.